Disruptor as well. And I thought that was just interesting. I think that's probably why you see a lot of these heroes right now.
I think another thing too is that it's 2-1-2 now. Warlock would not be nearly as popular if this was still a tri-lane meta. You know, if we saw like a defensive tri-lane or an even aggressive tri-lane. I think it just makes sense because if you're 2-1-2ing and some team's got to pick Axe Skywrath against you, you need to have some sort of sustain against that Skywrath, and Warlock can handle that with the Shadow Word. So
yeah, true. And then he's also a hero who's like pretty good at laning, but doesn't really necessarily try to kill. Like if you're running a tri-lane, typically you're going to want to, run like a gyro plus 2 stunners, like some Shadow Shaman or something like that, Shadow Shaman Tusk gyro, and just kill. But when that's not going to be when that's not the meta, then you can pick these heroes like Warlock and Jakiro that maybe don't have the best kill potential. I mean, it's not totally bad. It's not complete trash, but they're not like some Shadow Shaman who's going to disable some guy for 6 seconds straight and set up a kill, because they're not going to kill. They're just going to sit there. They're going to sustain. They're going to try to get what they can by just kind of winning the lane by virtue of trying to starve the enemy team. It's like, okay, you want to go on us? You want to do all the spells on us? I'm going to heal. I'm going to do damage to you, and eventually the lane will be even. Yeah. It's not necessarily about the kills right now, and that's why Keeper of the Light. I actually think Keeper of the Light's really good right now. That's like my theory. There's a dude, I think we've talked about him in NA. He's called Sonic. He's a Russian guy. He got 8K back when MMR was a number, which was very high. That's like top 10 or something with Keeper of the Light. Night Stalker was super popular for a while. It still felt really good, even with Night Stalker being super popular. And now Night Stalker's like super nerfed, banned in this game. I think that's just a residual thing. I think we'll see the hero fall off a lot, especially if he gets nerfed again. But I think Coddle's really, really good because he was good while Night Stalker was the best hero in the game. And now Night Stalker is probably not the best hero in the game. So Coddle, obviously being hard countered by Night Stalker, being in every single game, means that you can actually pick this hero.
Yeah.
So
you got more room to work with too. Keeper of the Light's just annoying, honestly. Like he's
so annoying.
He has so many tools to work with. The thing is, he is paper thin. If you can jump in him, you can kill him very easily, especially before he gets 6 and he has Blinding Light. But the mere fact that he can do what he does, TPing around the map, bringing heroes with him, having Illuminate to push out the waves, high ground defense being absolutely insane. I think probably the best high ground defending hero, if not one of the best, I would say.
It's like him, Tinker, Zeus.
Yeah,
those are the trio.
Yeah. Tinker especially. Tinker and Keeper of the Light, those are the two I think of a lot, but you're right about Zeus as well. And it's just so annoying because you stall at the game forever, and eventually you get Aghanim Scepter because this hero always gets Ags. And every team fight you take during daytime, you're just like, well, I guess we lost the fight now. Great.
Yeah, the thing with like the healing that comes from Ags is that no matter how much armor your team gets, like the healing still does the same amount of healing. So I mean, like it kind of scales into late game. It's the same reason that Magic kind of scales into late game as well. The later it gets, the more stats people get, the more armor they tend to get, especially like these IG heroes. So healing a Gyrocopter who has like a Satanic, who has a Butterfly, it's actually like insane for sustaining in a team fight, despite being like a static number, and then as well as the the talents increase it too. So that's pretty good for Keeper of the Light. And they pick up a Lone Druid.
Yeah, which is interesting. The hero's not been picked up that much. Dogburns will play it. They have really good push between the Jakiro, even the Gyrocopter, obviously the Beastmaster, and the Lone Druid, so they actually can take buildings, which is really nice. Having objective takers, I've noticed, has been pretty critical in this meta, which is why DK has been so popular recently, where you take a fight, and then if you don't have that tower-taking hero, it can get kind of tough, but if you have like a DK, you just pop your ultimate, you take a tower, and then all of a sudden you just get some extra gold getting that objective. I guess that's just general Dota anyways. Like, that always happened, but I don't know. I kind of think about it more now than I used to, and for some reason.
I think it was Swindle that said something recently, or it was Nahaz that said it, but then Swindle basically tweeted that he was the one who said it. This sounds like a very Swindle thing to say, Kyle, he's Kyle now.
Sure.
Kyle said that Dota right now is basically about just running at the enemy team as 5, using all of your spells, all of your items, and then the team that just has more gold at that point and the better draft will win. And I kind of agree with that, and
yes.
that goes hand in hand with what you said. Like, if you do that and you don't have tower takers, well, then you're never going to end the game, and it might get to a point where the enemy team has a power spike where they're actually better than you. So it's really important to have at least like 1 or 2 heroes.
Yeah.
One's usually enough. They can actually take objectives if you win that fight. And having a lot is not. It's not like it's going to be bad, but you need to have at least 1, which is why something like a DK would be very effective.
And that's a really good point. We had a game or 2 yesterday where just one team had just a better draft. We said, okay, how is this other team going to play this? The thing is that there was a Tinker on the other team, so they could never really push high ground. Eventually, they did win, but it took them 30 minutes longer than it should have. I mean, like, they were able to get a lead super early on into the game. And, of course, without that objective-taking ability, it can get kind of tough. But
yeah. little bit of harass game going on in the top lane here. I mean, it looks like it's not that big of a deal, but this is actually pretty important when you're doing dual lane versus dual lane. Like the regen battle is really where it's at right now. Like if you can stop the enemy, if you can take all the enemy team's tangos and you just zone them out of the lane, you don't even need to kill them, and you're just gonna win the game.
And you know the harass is probably gonna be easier for Alpha Red. They have a Jakiro and a Gyrocopter, Jakiro and Gyrocopter, and they're both ranged. Boombox, they have to get close. I mean, no, Iron Shell's pretty good, obviously, but they could just sit back and farm with Fearless. He doesn't have to worry about Iron Shell too much. Obviously, they'll still get farmed for Skylark, but I don't think this is that bad for Alpha Red. Although they need to be careful about Burrow Strikes.
Yeah, that's some nice harass there. And then on the bottom lane, we have another like ridiculous dual lane. Caudal Beastmaster. The axe spam is real. I mean, it's just so much damage. It
should be a little tricky. Gabby playing the Phantom Lancer, very good player. Ajit's going to be playing the Puck mid now. They like to switch roles. Sometimes Gabby goes mid. Ajit will go bottom occasionally, especially if it's like a Slark game, but that's not happening here. Puck against the Lone Druid is going to be interesting. I would assume.
I have no idea. No idea who wins that. Maybe Puck. I mean, it looks like Puck is hitting the crap out of this bear right now, which means it's a lot harder for the Druid to last it.
Look at
if you feed that bear.
I guess that's true, but it's 9 CS for Dogbrain, or rather 11 CS with the last hits and eyes. The Puck is actually, it's kind of tough for him. Usually Puck is so good because he has good base damage for the Puck, but like when you have the Lone Druid and the bear, that base damage might not matter as much, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely true, but there's like in lanes, like there's tipping points where if he doesn't want to use that bear resummon and the bear is sitting at like 30% HP, he's going to need to play a lot more back with the bear, which is why you'll see the Puck probably getting more last hits. Potentially, I actually don't know who wins this. I'm just saying theoretically that could be something. There's always like these lane tipping points.
He's gonna get a regen rune, although doesn't really matter because the Illusory Orb comes out. I don't know. Does the regen rune even work on the bear, or it just works on the actual hero, doesn't it? I don't know.
I just saw him right click his own bear. It does work on the bear. Okay. Yeah. I just saw him right. If Puck can get this bear kill, like that's.
All right, he's gonna get it. He needs 2 auto attacks, I think. 3 actually.
3. Oh my god.
He's not gonna get it.
It's more gold than killing a hero. Like you want to kill that bear over
here. So he resummoned it now too.
Now that's a second resummon. If he starts beating the crap out of this bear, it's actually gonna be a lot harder for him to lane here. I know it sounds ridiculous, but these like little laning things actually really matter in matchups like this.
No, I agree completely. And it's gonna be Ajit. You know, he might not have the most CS right now in this lane, but once he can start really hitting this bear, it's gonna get a lot more tricky for Dogbrain. Although Lone Druid does have some good damage from his own hero, so.
He picked up the Ring of Regen on the bear too, so it's got some regen, but then also
he'll get the Helmet of the Dominator when he gets that, especially. Then it gets a lot easier, I think, for the Lone Druid.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that's still a ways away. But we'll keep our eyes peeled on the mid matchup. Nobody should really die. I mean, maybe with level 6 the Puck can dive him, but up until that point, I don't think that's gonna happen. Boombell in the meantime, top lane. They're trying to get some Gyrocopter farm. They do have a bit more CS than the Darkseer, which is kind of surprising. Usually Darkseer has no problem CSing. And at some point, maybe they can cut the wave, but I don't know. What do you think? Do you cut the wave at any point with this Darkseer in this lane?
I think you don't. I think you can. In this patch, you probably want to. Oh, on the bottom lane, actually.
Yeah, they're going to kill my pro. Or maybe not.
He's fine. The mangoes. Oh, he's going to die to the heal, actually.
Yeah,
the
he's
Warlock.
going to take down. He has no regen.
Yeah, he's dead.
Nice. Okay, anyway.
I think you probably would prefer to like if you cut the wave, the gyro just continues to farm under the tower, and sure you could dive him, but it's arguably kind of better to just sit on the creep wave and have him get nothing at all, because then he's just considered dead for whatever duration it is, because gyro really can't jungle. So as long as he's sitting not lasting in the creep wave, I think having that threat there is really, really important. And the reason the Darkseer didn't have that many last hits is as they're actually going on him now. The gyro. Ooh, this is gonna be a lot of damage.
Iron Shell. They'll have another Burrow Strike in 5. He's dead. There's nothing you can do. Dangerous for him to be that far up.
Yeah. That's what's actually, that's kind of the tipping point. Is that level 2 Iron Shell is so much better than that level 1 Iron Shell. It basically doubles the damage. It's pretty significant for getting last hits too. It's very hard to last hit with that first level in Iron Shell. People usually can just very easily deny all the creeps, you know, especially ranged heroes.
Yeah.
But with the level 2, it's a lot different, especially with that kill potential.
And they use it there. And, okay. So, Gyro dies. Pretty big kill for Clutch Gamers. Darkseer.
5-minute runes coming out.
They're going to have more Iron Shell levels to be able to get more CS. They're going to find... Oh, what a Burrow Strike. Nicely done. Boombell was going for the bounty rune, but instead Boombox takes it with, like, 100 HP, but he will get a nice efficiency shrine.
But AR got 3 bounty runes, so that's some.
That's good news.
Yeah, you can see that the gold lead. Look at the gold lead now. It just swapped between the teams because of those bounties.
Yeah, that's huge. And
It's actually huge to secure those.
3 runes coming out for AR. Alpha Red getting it done. They need to get that, especially to get their Gyro some more farm, who is sitting at 20 last hit, so he's not that far behind. You know, comparatively to the PL, who's at 31. Of course, the Lone Druid has gotten, I don't want to say essentially free farm. The thing is, they keep trying to auto attack. The Audit kept trying to plink down the Spirit Bear. By the time he gets it low enough, he just resummons another one.
It, yeah.
So it actually doesn't really matter that much for him.
It depends on the matchup. I wasn't sure about this one. I know like the Sand King versus Lone Druid one, you can hurt the bear enough with the Caustic Finale that it's like that, but with the Puck, I guess he just doesn't do quite enough damage.
Yeah. So
he is cutting the creep wave on Skylark.
He pulled it back. Yeah, he's not doing it under the tower. He's just gonna get the wave right at the bounty room.
Oh, bottom lane. Beast is doing a crap load of work down.
Gabby needs to be a little careful, but he is healed up by Yol. Although Yol is really far up. They missed the Illuminate. Gabby comes back in, which is dangerous. And then a pause as the Sand King disconnects from the game as he was diving top lane. A bit unfortunate. Not that it matters. I think they were just cutting the wave actually, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, they're just getting some good farm up here. I mean, there's a part of me that kind of disagrees with this because I think the Gyro's perfectly happy just CSing under the tower with the items he has and the levels. Like he can just flack out this wave, and you can see he's actually kind of free farming here.
Yeah.
And they're committing 2 heroes to this, so unless they dive and kill him, this probably isn't. I imagine that's their plan, is that they're going to dive and kill him, and they're pretty confident in their ability to kill him. But then TPs could come in, and it's a gyrocopter, so it's pretty scary. Like look at his items. He's got some regen. He's got magic wand. He's got wraith band. So he's actually pretty tanky. And then with the raindrops too,
yeah.
that burrow strike's not going to do much damage. So if they do dive him, I feel like it can turn. There's a part of me that thinks that like maybe what they should do here is just gain a little bit more of an advantage before they go for this kill play. That's literally just like the talk that I had with Nushem yesterday about kind of just like playing the lanes to harass, not to kill, until you get to a point where it's just guaranteed, like there's no risk involved with it, where you have such a lead that there's no risk.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's like the Gyro is actually on par with these guys in terms of his capabilities. He's 27 and 14. He's 14 denies right now.
Yeah.
And just as many last hits basically as his Darkseer while getting dual lane by like a very effective dual lane. So Gyro's actually having a pretty good time here.
I think if they bring the Puck up here, maybe they can do something about it. Maybe they can dive him. I don't think with these 2 heroes they can dive him because of the raindrops and all that.
I think it would get turned around pretty easily if they do dive him.
Yeah.
We'll see here, because I think they're cutting the creep wave to set up for the dive.
Well, they don't
like,
have much mana on
cut
Skylark, plus he's also regenerating slowly.
Yeah, here they go.
Yeah, they're thinking about it. They can't see him. Now the Jakiro TP's in. They're still going for some reason. Boombell is here. They've got a homing missile. Skylark has to surge himself to safety, and he's going to do so. The homing missile is chasing after him.
He's actually going to die.
Ice Path, nicely done. Yeah, he might just be dead here. They need a burrow strike to push them off. He actually does get pushed off. They're not going to dive for it, or rather get a little bit more aggressive. Skylark is going to stay safe because Boomox is there to help him. But yeah, that's just... I mean, Skylark was at like half mana, half HP. I don't know why that wasn't maybe the best play. But instead, they surged the Sand King with an Iron Shell on him.
Goes to the mid lane.
Actually,
I like this play. I like this play a lot, actually, because the Sand King is... Well, actually, the Sand King is going to get scouted by the Jakiro illusion. This is really nice illusion placement from the Jakiro. But if this illusion wasn't here, this would be a really good play, because... Sex.
Excellent.
All right. Dude, pause as long as you need. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever, man.
30 seconds, excuse me.
Well, all right. Okay. You're just beating my record.
Yeah, listen, I got to get in and out of there quickly. I got other things to do.
Yeah, you cast some SEA Dota. So.
I got to go watch more porn.
Yeah. And my mom has to work in the morning anyway, so.
Oh my god. What's wrong with you?
I don't know why. It's self-deprecative.
Oh man.
I was saying that you and my mom.
I know. I'm still asking what's wrong with you, because no normal person says that.
As long as you didn't think it was.
No. Yeah, that would be crossing the line. I didn't think that though.
I do. For the record, my mom's a great woman.
Okay, let's just relax, Jenkins. Just let it go.
Anyway, on the mid lane, Puck's getting handled.
Yeah, he's getting honed by Dogbrain. Entangling claws are up, so he needs to be a little careful. The Puck has to back up. Maybe even think of going to Shrine, although it's not up and available, sadly. So he can't do that. Skylark is still sitting at like 5 HP, more like 150, but he's...
Dude, that's kind of how this new Darkseer feels, though, with the new Soul Ring. You're always sitting low HP.
Okay,
oh my god,
he got dual breath, and now he might be dead.
You actually
He's
have
trying
to
to
be really
help.
careful.
He's trying to help Boombell. They'll kill the Jakiro, but they give the kill to Fearless. I don't know if that's worth it in the end.
Definitely not worth it. That's definitely not worth it. They're not doing anything to shut down this gyro top. Like Gyro's getting. This is like an ideal game for a gyrocopter. He's having a great time.
This is the issue I have with Clutch Gamers is that they're so talented individually, but then they make plays like that. And I don't want to. That's a little aggressive for me to say. I think, but I don't know. It's just that they have so much potential, and they certainly could still win this game. And it's just like they make some questionable plays here and there. I guess every Dota team does that, but still, it's a little interesting.
You know, Newshman, actually, I keep referring to this because we did this whole like long series yesterday. We're basically making a series, but we talked about Immortals and how Immortals is the type of team that they play to kill, and no matter what the meta. Actually, speaking of kill, Lone Druid's getting gone on the mid lane. If they can get this, it's huge.
Oh my god, they missed the Burrow Strike. I still think he's dead anyway. Ice Path comes out, and he will drop. Ajit needs to be careful, though. He has Phase Shift, but he's not going to make it out. That's a Roar. Boombox will die, too, I think, unless he can Sandstorm. I don't think they have detection. Oh, they have a Sentry. Time to Burrow Strike away. Get out. Up to the high ground. He does get there. Now MyPro looking for Yol, but I think they're going to be able to get out. Ice Path does not connect. Boombox should be safe. There's nobody rotating over the axes. It's not going to be enough damage. And MyPro's still chasing him down. Boombox trying to deny, thinking twice of it. Instead, he's going to move back towards his own shrine. There aren't going to be any TPs coming in, so they will be able to at least turn it into a 1-for-1. But Ajit getting the kill, and he does die. But again, they get the kill on the Lone Druid before he does go down, which is nice.
Yeah, it's kind of bad. Like the burrow, you maybe think like, oh, they got the kill anyway. I think if he didn't miss that burrow,
the puck lives.
The puck actually lives, yeah. So that's really, really unfortunate. And I mean, it's just like a misplay that that happens in Dota, but sometimes that's caused by just being like overly anxious about a gank. Like, oh, this guy's owning, we need to kill him, so maybe I'm a little less patient with this gank. I know that's a pretty typical thing as top lane.
They use the call down. They're trying to take this stack, among other things. Boombox does have level 3 Burrow Strike, somehow still not enough range, sadly. And they need to be careful. There are still only 2 up here. They had a rotating puck, but he decided not to come actually and make his way up there.
Would you believe that Gyro is actually now the most farmed on the Dire side? Actually, as I say that, god damn it, the Lone Druid.
I mean, they're close enough, but
they're close, and it's like he's getting dual lane by
I think
Darkseer.
It's not that surprising. Oh, that's a dead. That body block was nuts from Boombox. Boombox on Boombell action.
He could not move at all.
That's one of those highly skilled individual plays, and they finally get it going. They actually get the Helmet of the Dominator and the Mud Golem with the great toss, the boulder toss, whatever it's called, the hurl boulder. Nice.
Puck's actually not doing too bad either, now that he's got the phase boots. I really like this build from him. 2 null tallies and phase boots, just so he can actually sit and continue laning against this Lone Druid. He doesn't have to play like the supporting, although
he's going to get roared. He has raindrops, but this is tricky. He has no phase shift. Savage Roar comes out. Shadow Word, good attempt. They needed Golem. He's not 6 yet, though. Now he's dead, too. Unfortunate that TP came in, and there's not enough TPs. The rotations are a little too slow. They're going to TP in the Phantom Lance to try to fight Dog Brain. They don't have Roar, of course. They're going to use the Macro Pyre, but they're going to get the kill at least. And he's getting closer to his Diffusal, but he doesn't have it yet. He's still in the Macro Pyre, but he does have 17 wand charges. Here comes Boombox. MyPro is dead, and actually, Gabby getting a double kill is really big there. I know they lose the puck as well as the Warlock, but that's pretty good, getting your carry that farmed with that fight.
That is definitely pretty good. I'm definitely, like, you can see that the gold advantage is towards Clutch Gamers, given that they're putting all of this pressure on. But one thing that we haven't been paying attention to is look at this Coddle in the jungle. Look at this stack.
Oh yeah.
And look at his gold, and look what's in his quick buy. Like, he's literally not doing anything in these fights.
It's 4 versus 5 essentially.
It's 4 versus 5. He's the carry right now. Like this is the way that.
Oh, top lane. They're going on Fearless. Epicenter's gonna go. Oh, that TP. He didn't think the Darkseer was there. Vacuum comes out. Nice play from Skylark, and that secures a very big kill. Anyway.
Yeah, that's huge. These kills are like really bringing them back into the game. The Darkseer doesn't even have that many lost hits, and he's 2nd on net worth now.
He's picked up a hood, and he's not even going boots, which is fine. You have Surge, although it's like, what, level... Oh, he actually went level... Smacked his
I like
Surge.
this build. I like this build a lot, because the Vacuum is now pretty effective at level 1.
Yeah.
And so the boots are just like unnecessary. I mean, just completely unnecessary, because you're constantly just able to Surge yourself. It's like a, what, 2.5 second downtime?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Boombell might be dead too. Skylark has another... No, he doesn't have Vacuum action, but he does have a Centaur Conqueror Stomp. Doesn't need it. He actually had the Shard Golems from the old Mud Golem after he takes it. And then the Centaur Conqueror that he used the Helm of the Dominator on.
I was just about to say, I really think this is the time that the Dire should go and occupy the enemy side of the map. especially because they have this kind of giant ancient stack over here to the right, and they are. So
Golem.
that's good, although oh my god.
See you later. Dream Coil Golem is more than enough to get that kill. He melted on that lone.
God, that was a lot of damage. Yeah. They're really like pulling this together with the kills, despite the lanes not being. I mean, the lanes were okay. They were definitely okay, but like Lone Druid was beating mid. Doesn't really matter. We still have the 3 cores on the side of Clutch Gamers ahead.
Now they're going to find MyPro bottom. They do have Fearless. He's going to use the call down, which will clear out the illusions, and Gabby's going to run away. But he's out of mana now. Raindrop's going to get used. He's going to try for the TP. They have no way of stopping this. Nice TP. He realized that the Burrow Strike was down, but they will still lose MyPro. In turn, they'll get the mid-tier 1 tower. And this is Clutch Gamers. Really, they only have the Darkseer's Helm of the Dominator to actually take buildings. I mean, I guess PL will get better later into the game, but other than that, and I guess the Golem too. And they're still able to find some of the
Puck is actually okay with this build right now.
Yeah.
Like lots of base damage, or lots of damage, sorry. So, yeah, they're definitely okay for pushing early on.
They have
even though they have like these weird heroes.
IG just purchased his Blink too. I was considering whether or not he would go Veil with the double null tally build. Instead, he goes for the Blink Dagger, which makes a lot of sense, just so they have catch, and it's going to be huge. So they now have a 3K lead, seemingly out of nowhere. It was a very close game in like 3 or 4 minutes ago. Now, not so much.
But they are dealing with a Keeper of the Light who has been constantly farming these Ancients. Yeah. Or, sorry, stacking the Ancients and farming the jungle. So, when that Eggs comes online and when he starts actually blasting away the towers, it's going to be a lot harder to push. And it's going to be a lot harder to fight, too. So, they still have a timing. AR still definitely have a timing here. Yes. Although it looks like the map is being pretty controlled by the side of Clutch Gamers.
Yeah, the game gets easier, though. You're right. I mean, they just have to find a way to survive long enough to get the Lone Druid, the Radiance, and the Keeper like the Ags. Now they're going to use the Epicenter on MyPro, who's probably dead. Definitely dead. Did he use the TP there? I didn't see if he was channeling it or not.
I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, you can't see it even if you click the shop. I think that's an okay death. I think it's okay to like to just position in this bottom area of the map just to make space for his team. Like you can see that they're farming Ancients now in Gyro Gunter. I'm actually like if I'm an offlaner and I die there, I'm actually okay with that given what's happening right now. Yeah. They're not contesting Ancients right now. That could be the end of the game. If they're fighting so much that they can contest the Ancients, it's just over.
Skylark trying to vacuum and secure the rune. Instead, he is going to get Ice Path and won't be able to do so. The trade-off is not only do they lose MyPro, though, they're going to lose the tier 1 tower bottom, but I guess it's fine.
That does kind of hurt because they want to defend that Ancient stack, so it does definitely.
Oh, that's true. I completely forgot about this. There is vision over there. They see that stack on the Radiant team, and they're going to probably try to sit around that Ancient stack, especially now that they have pipe on the Skylark Darkseer. They could certainly position themselves around this and take a fight there if they want to. Plus, Blink Dagger on the puck if they want to try to fight.
That's definitely the play for them. That's why they put all these wards down here, is because they want that to be like the game-ending fight where they take like 3 towers.
But the issue is they can't take the stack themselves. You know, they don't have a gyrocopter. They don't have that type of clear on the camps, so they're gonna have to instead move somewhere else and try to find a kill that way.
Speaking of moving, we're seeing a smoke to the top lane. That is a dead gyro.
Yeah, they can golem him. They're probably not going to need to. He is dead. He's working on his BKB. He did buy his Ogre Club at least, but Boombox actually is trying to attempt stacking the camp, or at least stopping the stack of Alpha Red, I believe is what happened. So he's still over there.
Coddle is getting closer to that Aghanim Scepter. He's about 1,000 gold away, and that is a real game changer. So is the Radiance on the Lone Druid Bear. Like they still have their timings.
Yeah, they're still in this game. They take one fight at daytime with Coddle Ags and Radiance.
Oh boy,
this could be a huge fight. They need an epi here. And they're just gonna go for the Burrow Strike. There's gonna be a good Savage Roar. They have the Call Down and Flat Cannon. They're actually clearing out a lot of this. And I think you just need it back now if you're Radiant, if you're Clutch Gamers. Boombox is gonna get roared up. He'll probably die. Good Golem to counter initiate. He's actually still able to try to Burrow Strike away, vacuum in. There's no wall. The Ice Path did a lot of work there, but Fearless getting run at by Doppelganger and the illusions and all of the damage coming in.
It's just an army of things in this game.
There's so much stuff happening. It's actually kind of tough to tell. MyPro gets Dream Coil, but there's no follow-up, and he's going to TP back to base and stay safe. Puck was kind of getting run at. He was low. They did end up losing Boombox. Now Gabby will try to take the rest of these Ancients, although they're still situated themselves around it.
There's no ultis from either team, so this is kind of weird.
It is very strange.
Yeah, I guess you don't have your gyro, so you just
So that fight actually, It was like even for a little bit, and then at the tail end, because they got that ancient stack, you see the net worth graph going up just a little bit for Clutch Gamers. They like plateaued for a second during that fight, and then it went up. So it looks like because they killed the gyro too, it's a lot more money for them as well.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely gonna be happy with that. I just think that's not exactly the fight that they were hoping for with all the warding that they dedicated to that ancient stack. Like that's wards that could have been placed on the other ancient stack, or wards that could have defended, you know, this or that, or secured enemy jungle. Not that it's a huge deal. It's just something to consider that they didn't get as much from that as, you know, maybe they invested in with those wards, because wards do have a big cooldown. Like it's important to place them in the right spot.
I think the wards were nice. It's just that boombox walked up and he kind of got caught out. The ice path fractured the fight. You know, it split it into two different.
It was such a
segments.
nice ice path, actually.
Yeah, that's just the hero. Playing around Jakiro is so tricky in that regard, but not the end of the world. They got some of the ancients, the bigger ones, of course. You know, Boombox is the only one that dies, and now they're still getting aggressive. Meanwhile, MyPro has found Gabby. He is going to roar him. This is going to be tricky. They need a Burrow Strike. They've got the Dream Coil. He's in trouble still. The Ice Path coming out. He will survive for now. He's going to Doppelganger to the low ground and get healed up by the Shadow Word, and now Fearless. He is a little bit low. They have to be careful. They're going to rotate the Lone Druid, and he still doesn't have his ratings. He has the Relic instead. They're going to try to leave now and backing their way up. Epicenter comes out on the other side looking for Dogbrand, but very tanky. He has to burrow to the low ground. I don't think they can fight this, even with the Skylark now coming in. They're going to back themselves up and just wait for another chance at initiation. That was all happening without the Keeper of the Light, who was very close to his Aghanim Scepter. And, of course, the gem will come right after that.
Yeah, he's already got it as quick buy. Like
he knows what he needs to do. This is his job. He's very sure of it.
Yeah, I mean, look at his net worth too. Like he's kind of a core. I mean, he's only 1,000 gold less than his Gyrocopter and his Beastmaster, who are both farming cores. He's got it. He's got his eggs.
Yeah, but they're not. The thing is, they're not going to be able to fight. I mean, this is good. They might be able to hold on even with an Aegis. But they did recall the Gyro bottom. I guess this is the only thing you could do, right? If you can't take Roche, can't take a Roche fight, farm the enemy jungle, try to farm the enemy wave bottom.
Yeah, just get as much farm as you can while defending. Like I don't even think if they're defending towers, they need to bring the Gyro back. They can just defend with Coddle.
Boombell is dead.
Oh, he's so dead.
Shikiro is, that's the tricky thing about him. He's very susceptible to ganks like that, even with Ice Path.
Dude, PPD loves to play Jakiro like that, man. He'll literally just run down lanes, breathe them out, hit towers until he dies, and it's just space. It's just space created, although that was right by his tower, so not so much space created.
Not as much as he would have liked. But yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's just a Jakiro, and you're right. I mean, trying to get that space is huge. It is nighttime, by the way. Even if they know that he has Zags. Oh, they're going to go bottom. Fearless doesn't have BKB. He's going to just drum and go for a TP. They need to find a Dream Coil, and they will find it. As Ajit gets there in time, Illusory Orb. The rest of the team has to back up. They can't really force the tier 3 tower issue top lane, but that's the perfect rotation.
Base for the Lone Druid to farm his Radiance, which is the other timing that's important in this game.
Does he have it yet?
It sounds like I'm biased towards. I'm not biased towards any of these teams. I'm just thinking about the timings. And,
I agree.
And,
I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't think anybody thinks that way either. I think you're making a very good point about how when there's a team behind like this, you have to tell the people what the avenue is for them to get back into the game. They're down 8K, and like Clutch Gamers could still easily close this game out. You know, with nighttime especially, but it's going to be tricky now that these timing windows are being hit. They have the ratings now down for the Lone Druid. They have the Keeper of that Aghanim, so this could be very good time for them. Although, again, nighttime is pretty critical here.
It can be a bit scary, like if they do start losing these fights, and you know, 1 or 2 fights now, and it's probably over because this is their timing. And if they don't hit it, if they don't get the game back to even right now, then it's going to look a lot more grim, and then we're not going to be talking so much about these items because. This is the power spike, you know.
Yeah.
They need to abuse it, and it looks like it's working. It looks like it is a lot harder to push their advantage. Given the Coddle, just constant spam. He doesn't need to. The thing is, like you said it in the draft. If you can get on top of the Coddle, maybe he's not such a great hero. But with that Aghanim Scepter, he isn't where he's channeling his Illuminate. That's like a ghost Coddle horse.
Yeah,
thing,
usually
you know?
he's like half. He's like double the distance behind that actual Illuminate cast.
So
it's kind of ridiculous. So getting on top of him is impossible.
The Phantom Lancer, who would otherwise be very good at getting on top of him, you know, they don't do anything.
I mean, I guess you could go Ags on Sand King, but it seems such a roundabout way to just try to kill a Coddle, I guess. They're going to find Fearless. This is the one item timing I wish he did have, which, of course, was the BKB. He's not there. He's at a Shrine. He will use it. It's not going to matter. Gabby does a lot of damage with Manta as well as Diffusal. And they're still chasing more. They found the Jakiro, too. And this is the problem. When you try to go outside of the base, they lose heroes. The good news is the waves aren't pushed in, but now they can try to continue to push high ground here.
There definitely needs to be like a lot more cutting losses in this game. I feel like Gyro and Jakiro, Oh, actually, as
Okay, they lose Yol,
Beastmaster takes the...
but they kill him with the Golem, and Ajit comes in. I think he Golems there because he has the gem, and he wants the rest of his team to get in and take the gem before he can, like, get out. So.
Exactly. That would have been huge if he could pick up that gem.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that would be such a game-winning play. Oh, Coddle needs to get there.
Yeah, he's not here.
No,
they have
no
Glyph.
TP.
Is he?
No TP.
He actually has no TP. Okay, that's literally the only thing you needed to do was be at base when they push high ground.
Oh, no,
They're going to lose
that's
to tier 3 for this. They have buyback and Beastmaster, but he has no roar. Yeah, this tier 3 is dead. I think you can keep going, or you could try backing. They still have Aegis, of course, and Manta Style. This might not have been the best play. Lionax is going to run in. He needs to be careful. The Illuminate and the Blinding Light come out. Doppelganger coming in. They're going to recall in whoever it was. I think the Gyrocopter from the base. Tier 3 taken. Some damage permanently done to the ranged racks. Now they're going to go for the melee. Try to get that, but if they can't get it in one fell swoop, they're not. Oh, and it's backdoor protected too now, somehow.
What the heck? How did that happen?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody was cutting the wave. I don't think they were. But anyway, the damage has already been done. That's now tier 3 down. That's going to be shrines. So
that's so unfortunate. The whole game has been making space for this Coddle, and this is going to sound so bad, but man, that's like a letdown. That's where you feel like you let your team down, because that is your entire job.
Yeah.
Is to stall out the game for as long as possible. Your team gives you that space to get the Aghanim Scepter, and then you give them that space back by basically stalling high ground and making it impossible for the enemy team to fight you. And he just wasn't there because of a TP cooldown.
Yeah, I wonder
which is pretty
if,
easy to screw up. But
I wonder if Clutch Gamers saw him. That wouldn't be surprised to me if they saw. Well, they wouldn't know, I guess, if he had the TP in his inventory. They wouldn't know if it was cooldown or not, I suppose. So
a lot of the time you can see that they're like pushing anyway just to test the waters. Like a couple of pushes before this, they would push, realize it's bad, and then get out. I think that's probably what they're doing. Is that they're just kind of they're just dipping their feet in to see if it's cold a little bit, and they dip their feet in. They're like, oh my god, that's like 80 degrees. This is beautiful.
This is bathtub water. We could take this.
Exactly, exactly. Nice little bubble bath in there. Coddle like filled it up. Hey, here's some Epsom salts.
Nice.
You know,
sounds like a very nice bath.
That would be nice. I'm gonna take a bath after this.
Yeah.
Anyway, really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. I feel for him because I feel that happens in games, but when it happens, it feels so bad because you're just like, oh my god, my team has been counting on me up until this point, and this one moment loses us so much momentum.
Let's not. The game isn't over yet, obviously, but
it's not. It's just
it's like one fight away from being over potentially if they don't have buybacks. Aji looking for a fight here. He might find it. They're actually going to try to take this.
They're trying to fight.
Fearless doesn't have his BKB still, and now they get a vacuum wall onto 2, plus the bear, which whatever. They're actually going to lose Skylark, although they turn it around. They got the Fatal Bonds and the Golem drop now. Ajit might be in trouble. Boombox saves his life for now. Actually, a pretty good fight for Alpha Red, but now with the PL coming in, they're going to clean house. Dogbrain has no mana, which means he'll actually be able to get healed up and doesn't take that much mana or damage from the Diffusal, but he's still going to die anyway, or at least he should. Ice Path comes out a little bit too late. They have found MyPro on the side. They're coming back in. Gabby's going to get Shadow Worded, and that means he can keep going. He has plenty of sustain, and Boom Bell getting chased down. And again, without the mana, doesn't take that much damage, but he will die anyway to the double kill of Gabby. And they're still going to try to find more. The vacuum comes out. They do miss it on the TPing Keeper of the Light. Now, Fearless is going to get recalled. Iron Shell is there. Close. He has BKB, but no TP. And he'll pop the BKB, but it's not going to keep him alive right now. He's just going to try to find a kill on Yol or somebody. If he can find at least one kill, maybe that would be fine. Gem was dropped somewhere. MyPro's taking it, but they do end up getting the gem. Did he really?
Yep, yeah, he got the gem. So that's all right. Oh, there's actually 2 gems. They got the enemy gem. It wasn't.
Yeah, Yol's is the.
It's on the courier, the enemy courier.
Yeah. Wait, so.
All right. Beast, I think Beast sold the puck on the sideline there and took the gem from him.
Oh, so they have one on the courier and the other's on the Keeper of the Light.
Other on the Coddle, right? So they actually have a good amount of map control. So this is going to help them a lot. Not only do they have a gem, the enemy team who's trying to secure the map, who has the lead right now, does not have the capability of securing the game or securing the map like the Coddle does. Obviously, it's way easier for the Coddle to walk around with the Quelling Blade and Flying Vision and a gem. So easy D wards for him.
Yeah, he's feeling good now. The other gems on the courier, that thing is never going to drop, I would feel, unless they somehow get the courier kill. But that turned in from a 12K lead, almost 15K lead, to a 9K lead now. So
yeah, no, that is super good. They fight with the Coddle Dayags, and it healed the Lone Druid for long enough that the PL was just focused on him. The puck was able to be killed by the Beastmaster on the sidelines. Like the Ags.
I'm lagging.
There's a lot of lag in the current patch.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Like when the Ancient dies.
Oh yeah, it's pretty laggy.
There's a lot of lag. It's weird.
Here we go.
Anyway.
Smoke of Deceit coming in
Big
from air,
smoke.
but it's just 3 of them. They could recall the Lone Druid. Hawk is going to get some vision. The smoke from Clutch Gamers, they're going to pass right by each other, aren't they? They do scan them.
Yeah.
They know exactly where they are, and that means AR can still take this engagement, but they would have to go up high ground here if they want to go for it. Instead, they're going to make the right play and go down bottom and take the tier 2 tower, which is probably good, but the only unfortunate thing is that the Rax mid is probably going to die.
Oh, they got the coddle. He's in position now. So he can defend that pretty easily.
They have Glyph. They need to get back home. Okay, that's not the end of the world, losing the range Rex, getting a tier 2 tower.
Yeah, range Rex is no big deal, especially with like a coddle. They've so much ways of pushing it out.
BKB from Fearless. Skylark just used a vacuum, and that was kind of like testing the waters yet again. But it did force out a 9-second BKB. And I think you could just back up. Roche is up in like 40. There's no reason for you to get a little too antsy. Even though it is day or nighttime, maybe that's the reasoning for it.
I think so.
They do have Gabby's Heart, which means that they're feeling pretty strong right now for Clutch Gamers.
I'm realizing, by the way, why the backdoor is going on. It's because the coddle's killing the creeps so quickly that normally you'd see them alive until the next wave comes, but it's actually enough. It's enough that the backdoor's turning off.
That's why they had to use pipe there, so they can actually get in the base with the creeps. They just need a few creeps and Gabby to go to work on the buildings, but they're gonna get savaged. Sure, they can really hold on here. You know, the dual breath keeps being spammed out. But they're trying. They're going to throw the Lincoln Sphere on Gabby. He is going to get blinding lighted, which will mean that the miss chance is there.
Oh my god, this is so annoying.
Yeah, this is brutal. Boombox needs a way to initiate, but he'd have to dive deep. He does have force blank, so he has the pretty extended range. Ajit throwing up an Illusion Orb, thinking about going in potentially. Doesn't have the Illusion Orb's distance speed yet. Boombell getting caught. Ooh. Looks like the burst trick comes out. They were trying to find Fearless. He is going to be fine for now. He still has his BKB, of course, his back off cooldown. Root comes out, but they have the Shadow Word and the Force Staff on the Skylark, and now Gabby's going to turn and go to work. Now they drop the Golem. It's on to 3. Nicely done. Fatal Bond's on to 3 as well. Actually on to 4. Dream Coil hits on to 2, including the Bear coming out. Now Fearless pops the BKB. He's actually going to push them back with the Flat Cannon. Roar comes out. I think it was onto the Golem. They're going to try to bring it down, and I think maybe you just back up here if you're Clutch Gamers with that down. I don't know if you want to
look at that Rax regen. Oh my god, this thing's impossible to kill. It's like 2,000 HP, 18 armor. God damn, Rax are hard to kill these days.
This is the issue. They just don't have a really good tower pusher. Even Gabby doesn't do that much. Or a builder taker.
He's just kind of tanky. He's kind of running at it.
He needs more damage or something like a butterfly.
Yeah.
But they'll
so
take
hard.
Roche. This is Agents and Cheese, so this will get easier. I know they wanted to try to take that while it was nighttime, which is the best possible chance for them, but they did end up getting the range racks, so it's not the end of the world. It's still a 10k lead. But the game is not over yet. It just takes one big fight. This Gyro, if he can get decent farm and start actually doing damage in these fights, it could start going well. Because right now, he just has Phase Drum BKB Aquila. He's not hitting that hard. If he can get Butterfly and like another item, excuse me, it could be huge.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it feels like he's tickling them right now. It kind of feels that way. Like there's a lot of flax going out because of the talent, and I'm seeing it hit the PL, and it kind of looks like there's like a ranged creep auto attacking him or something like that. Like it really doesn't look like the Gyro's doing much damage, aside from the call down and the rocket barrage. So yeah, you're right. I think if this game goes late enough, then we'll actually see him feeling pretty effective, especially on the squishier heroes. Maybe he can be like the support killer. Maybe take out the Puck, the Warlock.
Burst Trick comes in from Boombox. Dream Coil, but a good blinding light to push them back. Gabby and Say got to try to go to work on the racks. Good Bear. Savage Roar coming in.
Nice
Skylark
wall.
drops the wall, but there's no follow-up here. They don't have Golem still. Down for another 60 seconds. The pipe comes out. They'll finally take the racks. Call down and Flat Cannon go. Ice Path doesn't connect. They did end up losing it. But meanwhile, they were still pushing with they're going to get the tier 3 bottom, actually, which is huge for MyPro with the
yeah, that's
2.
huge. That's the shrines. God, that PLDD was just doing so much work in that fight.
Like is that what he had? I was wondering why I felt like it was dying quicker.
He had a DD. They saved it for after the Roshan. I was gonna say that this is like the perfect opportunity. It's just about to hit day, and they pick up a DD on the PL with an Aegis. Like it's like the Dota gods. We're just smiling at them,
Let us give you the chance to finish this game, or at least get another Rex.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we hate Coddle too. We'll just give you a DD.
That's fair. I think that's not surprising. The Dota gods hating Coddle. But, so they did pick up the Tier 3, of course. The Necro 3 is done for the Beastmaster. They have the Maelstrom done for the Lone Druid, although I think he is saving for buyback. By the way, Gabby on the PL picked up a Blink Dagger and is now working on a nullifier, so he can actually get in the back lines on this Coddle potentially.
Yeah, that is definitely the play. This has been like the Coddle show so far, which that's exactly why you pick it. You make the game so tedious and frustrating for the enemy team that they rage and give up and feed kills to you and fight you when they shouldn't and so forth. Like, it just gets really, really frustrating to deal with this hero. So hey, let's blink on the back lines and kill him. It's like the same thing as Sniper. Like, you need to pick up a blink on Death Prophet, OD, these heroes that maybe traditionally wouldn't pick up blinks necessarily, because otherwise that hero is just going to destroy you from the back lines.
He is the #1 issue. If you can kill the Keeper of the Light, you can actually take an engagement without getting blinding lighted or Coddle illuminated. It's just super frustrating to fight into. But and again, they're also building Ags onto 2 different heroes. Puck is going to build one. He's actually very close. The Sand King's not too far away either with the extended Burrow Strike range. But this game should get a lot easier once they get these next items. And they are still holding on right now, but they're not able to actually do anything. And now the smoke is going to go. They're going to find Boombell, who does have a Yule Scepter. Luckily, he gets it off in time. Still is in trouble. They silence him. They also find a Burrow Strike elsewhere. That's a Dreamcoil Lion Axe. That's a big kill if they can find it, plus the gem. But the Blinding Light does come out. They're still looking for the kill. That is a broken coil and a dead Coddle. And 2 gems now picked up for Boombox. He is forced to buy back. They have no buyback onto the Jakiro, but they're going to go push top anyway for Clutch Gamers.
He's got to be so careful on Coddle. If he dies here, it's over. I mean, he knows it.
Though.
He knows it.
My pros, they have to force TPs.
Puck TP's back. They see that he TP back. Maybe they take a fight right now. Like right now is the time to take a fight.
They're TPing my pro. Yeah, they're going to. He Shadow Blades in. I think. Oh
no! Don't recall him.
Burrow Strike comes out. They need to take a fight here.
If my pro can roar like the Warlock before ulti or the Sand King. Yeah. Anybody but PL basically.
But they're fighting into a gem of the Sand King, so it's tricky if he walks over.
It's hard, yeah.
He just dies.
It's hard to get that.
He needs like a blink tagger or something.
He does. Oh, well, PL's going in, so maybe he can go in back line.
Now Gabby trying to find that one target, that Coddle, but he's not nearby. He's at the tier 4, keeping safe. The rest of the team trying to deal with the tower push, not doing that much damage. Lone Druid Bear trying to find some damage of his own. But they've held on for now. They're going to push him back for the time being. This is going to probably be a pretty slow siege. They're fighting at Coddle Ags during daytime, but it is a minute till night, so there's no real rush here for Gabby and the rest of Clutch Gamers, even though they have the Aegis.
I guess he has a heart, so you may as well just keep going in.
Yeah, and I don't think they can kill him, right? Like, they don't do any damage to him.
No, God no. There's no way. There's no way that
He's out of mana,
they would have to commit everything to him.
And then they Shadow Word him in Lotus Orb, and how are you supposed to kill him?
That's a rocket going back at Gyro. It's got to feel pretty satisfying.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's an annoying spell.
That Shadow Word lasted forever. They give him the Lotus Orb. He doesn't even need me out there. They're going to smoke, actually. They're going to walk up here. Lion Axe getting a little aggressive. It looks like they know. The Lone Druid Bear comes out. They knew the Aegis timing. That's why they were going, but now Aji's going to turn and look for My Pro. He's going to use the Axe Dream Quill, and My Pro is stuck there. Vacuum coming in. Gabby's there as well. The Golem is dropped down. A pretty good fight so far. Boombell in trouble. He's got to use himself. Fearless. Man fighting Skylark with the Shadow Word is keeping him up and alive, and Lion Axe is dead. No buyback. Gabby's going to be next, or rather looking for My Pro next, but actually taking some damage. They will find another kill. That is going to be the Gyrocopter with no buyback as well, and Aji looking for more. Waiting Rift. One auto to actually kill Boombell, and it does, and Dogbrain is left to his own devices, which means he will die even with Ghost Scepter. There's almost no way he's making it out of this. As the Burrow Strike comes in, he'll be forced to buy back, but the game, for all intents and purposes, is over.
Yeah, that's basically that. That was just really solid play around the Coddle, like completely understanding how to counter the hero.
Yeah, there it is.
Abusing like the mistakes that he made in positioning. Like it feels like any time the Coddle screwed up at all, it was just the hardest punish possible happening in that scenario.